Hi, Dean. So, great result against Cardiff City last time out. Is that a really big, important win, or is it just another 3 points?
Well, certainly the celebrations afterwards in a game like that can carry you a long way. Certainly with the supporters, it's such a huge result for everybody concerned. It's obviously a massive game for the football club. So, you know, you're right. It is only 3 points in the league table, but what that can breed in terms of a team spirit and a togetherness should carry us a long way. So, obviously we've had the break in between, so we've had a little bit of time to stew over that. But you know, Forest have done the same thing as well, haven't they? They've gone away and beat their local rivals in the game previous to this, so they'll be coming here buoyed by that. So it's all set up for a great game at the weekend.
Did you speak to Neil Warnock at all after the Cardiff win? And if you did, what kind of mood was he in? Because obviously he's since left his job.
No, a couple of times we played him, he's not been able to come in after us. We had a beer after the game with some of their staff, Kevin Blackwell and Ronnie Jepson and Andy Dibble. And I was chatting to Kevin Blackwell, actually, funnily enough, about what they might do in the summer, because obviously he'd already announced that he was going to leave in the sort of retire, weren't he? So, and Kevin was sort of joking around, well, he's done this more times than Alex Ferguson did. So, and obviously that night or the next day, I think he left the job. But I watched the thing last night on BT. I don't know if it's the thing when they mic'd him up. Have you seen it? Documentary.
No, I haven't had a chance to see it. Was it good?
So it's only a 20-minute thing. It's really, really interesting. And at the very end of that, I think on the screen at the end it said he's 26 games short of 1,500. I noticed, and I thought to myself straight away, there's no way. And nor should he really probably retire with 26. You know, so what a huge, massive milestone that could be for him. So I'm sure someone will come calling for him at some point. He's obviously a very colourful character in the game for 30, 40 years. So I'm sure the game will miss him and he'll miss the game. But I expect him to maybe come back at some point.
Yeah, sure. When you watch the Cardiff game back and do your analysis and relate it to the players, does it take the form of Ashley Williams' impression that we've seen this week of you? I'm assuming you will have seen this as well.
Oh right, yeah. The impersonation. I wonder where you're going with that. I didn't know what you meant. The impersonation, yeah.
Yeah, the impersonation. Yeah. Was that accurate or?
What I don't understand when people try and take the mickey out of Manx is that they always put this stupid accent on. I don't think we've got. I think Manchester people don't have an accent, and then everyone else kind of puts their accent on top of it. So we're pretty neutral, but obviously that's not the way everyone else sees it. He went into a little bit of Scouse at the very end, but no, it's brilliant. I mean, the gaffer come up with the idea on the way up to Barnsley it was, and what a great idea. I mean, it shows obviously from a supporter's point of view, it shows a little bit behind the scenes. There's a lot of time spent in hotels and travelling, and so it shows the team spirit that we've got as well. And the way that the lads, we give him extra points for going quite close to the bone, because we were a bit concerned it was going to be a little bit boring. So he saw Nicky Myper on his knees, didn't he, pretending to be the manager, and he saw Rodri coming out with a huge crate of water, which is meant for Tati, one of the guys behind the scenes, who just carries crates and crates of water everywhere. So Ash walks out with a cup of tea in his hand, because I'm forever with a cup of tea. So it's the little things in there. And then we were just chatting about it before I came in, myself, Macca and the gaffer, about what every time we come out of a team meeting, the players are obviously picking up on little things all the way through that we don't notice. So, it was brilliant. It was really, really good. Yeah, it's good that you can laugh at yourself. But I thought his accent was terrible.
Well, some of the fans have asked, would you now like the opportunity to do an impression of Ashley Williams in response?
No. I'd probably pick on someone a little bit. No. I struggle with accents, to be fair.
Fair enough. Moving on to Nottingham Forest, what have you made of the tricky Trees this season and Sabri Lamouchi and the job he's doing there?
Well, you'd have to say up to now he's done a very good job. I mean, they've had a turnaround of managers in the last few years. Such a huge football club when I was growing up, massive football club, and they seem at the moment like they're in a good place. One place above us in the league, obviously on the same amount of points, but they've had a good start to the season. They've got some real attacking intent in them forward areas, certainly with Grabban, who's a proven goal scorer. They're a team that we can't take lightly on the weekend. But like any team, we've studied them hard in this enforced sort of break that we've had, and we feel that we're ready for them.
Have you had a chance to watch them yourself? Because I think sometimes you do opposition scouting and that, or has that been somebody else that's been?
Yeah, no, it's always a team effort. Yeah, I watched them in the last few games as well. So I watched the Derby game yesterday, and I mean, as I say, the strength and depth they've got throughout the squad, they've got some real experience in there as well in Watson, and they've got some young talent in there with Yates and Matty Cash. So Lolly obviously with his left foot's a dangerous player as well. So we've got to be on our guard against them.
And how's the squad looking? I'm guessing Korey Smith isn't too far away, because I think he played 90 minutes yesterday, didn't he, against Crystal Palace under 23s?
Yeah, he did. He's had a great couple of weeks, to be fair to him. I think he played 70 odd minutes the day after the Cardiff game against Cardiff at Western for the 23s. He got 90 odd yesterday, so he's in a great place now. He's obviously in a recovery protocol today and tomorrow, and we'll assess on Thursday who's in and around the squad. But it's a great story for Korey, I have to say. I mean, what have we not talked about before about him? But such a likeable person around the place. He had a terrible time with his injuries, but he's on the way back now, and to see him out there smiling and moaning at referees' decisions and that in training is a great sight. It really is, and we're delighted to have him back. He's still got work to do, obviously, with his fitness, but a 70-minute run out and then a 90-minute after the time he's had out injured is a great return, and fair play to him and everyone in the backroom team, because everybody's worked really hard one-to-one with him to keep his spirits going in them early days, and obviously to now get him to a place where he's as fit as he is. So that's a massive credit to everybody.
Just on the under-23s, Luke Williams has left the club. Is that a position the club's going to look to appoint somebody in, or might you go internally?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, Gregor, to be honest. I think that'll be a club decision. I think obviously it's only happened in the last sort of few days, so obviously we wish Luke well. It's a great job for him, assistant manager, a good club in MK Dons, so chance for him to experience first team football again. And in terms of what we're going to do beyond that in replacing him, I'm not too sure yet.
Lee mentioned about Jay De Silva's scan happening last week. Is there any news on that? Is it good news?
Yeah, he's going well. He's in a real clever, a real tricky part of his rehab now, where he's back on the grass and he's back at it now. In terms of still one-to-one training away from the group, but he's got to get through this next few weeks now without any sort of setbacks. So we've got to be again really clever with how we manage him. But he's definitely on the way back up. No question about that.
Weeks rather than months, though, to return.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah. How's Jack Hunt doing? I think Lee said he'd be expected back after the international breaks.
Yeah, again, we'll, as I said there, we'll assess on Thursday who we've got in and around the squad. He's back on the grass again, which is great. He's been very good for us this season. We're not too sure yet if he's going to feature on the weekend, but we'll see. We've got a big 24 hours in front of us, haven't we? With players still out there playing games. Masengo, obviously, Adam is out against his two mates tonight over the bridge, so we'll be keeping our fingers crossed. But again, what a great moment for the club, having so many players out there representing Bristol City all over Europe and beyond. So in such a huge game tonight, I would have to say. So we'll all be watching that with interest, and hopefully both teams can win. Yeah,
absolutely. I was going to ask you about that. Obviously, Joe Morrell out there and doing well for his club as well, and also Liam Walsh. And Liam Walsh, what a goal from him at the weekend! Incredible
goal, wasn't it? Yeah, I mean, he's got that quality in abundance. No two ways about it. And fair play to him. He's realised that time on the pitch for us at the moment is limited at the moment, I would have to say, and he's going out there and doing very well for such a big club in Coventry. And what a fantastic goal. Joe Morrell's just, what can you say about Joe Morrell? He's an absolute diamond, and he's getting accolades now from the very top. People like Ryan Giggs talking about what a great player he is. So we're absolutely delighted for him. We all know about his journey and how it's not been easy for him. Hope he gets a chance to shine again tonight and beyond in the summer.
Yeah, we'll see. Just on those two guys, is there any chance they could come back into Bristol City after January? Could they be recalled at all? And have you thought about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure about the actual contract obligations of the loans in particular with them two, but again, it's something that we're constantly looking at in terms of behind the scenes of January's fast approaching now. So obviously all those conversations are going on in terms of recruitment in and out of the club and loans in and out as well. So them two obviously come into the reckoning. Two lads who are doing fantastic, and not just them. I think there's plenty of players out there on loan this season that are doing great, representing the club and themselves very, very well. So, as I say, hopefully Joe tonight in particular will do really well.
That's one, cheers.
Thank you.
Just wanted to ask you, Dean, about the international break and how it sort of works really. Like, you've got some players away, of course, and do they come back as and when they're ready, or is it a set day when all the players come back from international breaks?
It's very much individualised. So, as an example, Callum O'Dowd was obviously involved with Ireland wasn't involved in this matchday squad, but involved with the squad. He'll get released this morning, and he can then, the club will well in advance, weeks ago. They've sorted out his travel arrangements, so he gets back. Thomas Callas the same. I think Thomas had to go back from Bulgaria back to Czech Republic to then come to Bristol. So it's all very much individualised. We try to get them back as quickly as we can post game. You know, but obviously safely is the main concern for us, and then we try to get them into the club as quickly as possible after that to see them for ourselves. Cause obviously the medical staff and coaching staff are in touch with every player while they're away, but you know, to get them back into the building and actually get a look on them and see how they're doing fitness wise and whatever else is so important as well.
Yeah, and just sort of like touching on that, does that become a bit not a problem, but is that a task almost? Would you rather have everyone back together and assess it, or does it become a bit difficult having to sort of work with individual players and then sort of trying to assess who's going to be in there ready for
yeah, I don't think that's ever going to be possible because of the international calendar. So, you know, England play. What did England play last week? Was it Thursday, Sunday they played? So that, you know, Monday morning in leading. So they've got, you know, the England players will have a full week with their clubs now. Adam Nagy, Ashley Williams tonight will play. We won't get them back till obviously till tomorrow, so Wednesday. So yeah, it just depends. It is what it is with international football. As I said before, it's, you know, we're not complaining whatsoever. It is a difficult lead into the next game, because you've got such limited time with the players, but at the same time, you know, it's fantastic that we've got so many players representing Bristol City. That's something a few years ago that everybody would have looked towards.
And one of those is for Mara Giju. He scored a hat-trick after having a few games off. And he's back on Saturday as well. So you must be really pleased with how he's performing at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, his last appearance for us was obviously finished on a negative with the red card. So you would look for some bounce back from that, and he's gone away. The international period for him has come at a good time, because he's obviously gone and got game time in a period when he wouldn't have had any for us. So he scored the hat-trick, so he's going to be confident from that. So yeah, we can't wait to see the big man. Yeah, looking forward to seeing him.
And just finally, it's a big 8 days ahead, Forest and then West Brom. Confident just to sort of just stay in touch at this point? I mean, obviously you're looking for 6 points, but it'd be good to just get some points on the board, I guess, and stay in those top 6 places. Yeah,
big 8 days, big 2 weeks. You know, beyond, we look towards Nottingham Forest and we can't take our eyes off that. You know, we lost 2 games this season. Luton away was one of the, well, probably the worst performance of the season. And you know, if you take your eyes off it, then you can get punished in this league. So we're looking to Nottingham Forest, and that's it.
Okay, good luck on Saturday.
Thank you
very much.
Cheers, Dean.
Cheers.